Well, studio, we welcome now Michael Gross, voice of the Statesman, Delta State University. Hey, Michael.
How's it going this morning?
Going fantastic. So you've got the Night of Champions event coming up. That's August 1st, right? Tell us about that.
That's right. So we get an opportunity to host what we think is going to be a really cool event, inaugural event. First year we're going to do it. Going to have Archie Manning on campus with Langston Rogers, and Archie, obviously a Delta boy, born and raised in Drew, went on to play at Ole Miss, play for the Saints, and has become a Mississippi legend. He gets to come back close to his hometown and sit down with Langston Rogers, who was the SID at Delta State for years, and then later on went to be the SID for Ole Miss football when Eli played quarterback at Ole Miss. So great connection between the two. They've got a great relationship. Archie's known as a great storyteller, Langston known as the historian, and they're going to sit down, have a conversation. We're going to serve a meal in our historic Walter Sillers Coliseum, and looks to be a great night as we look to raise money for our student athletes.
Man, you think about those two individuals, a lot of sports history represented combined with Archie and Langston. That's just incredible.
That's right, and they get a night just to talk about it. They're going to sit down, tell stories, recap life, family, sports, all that good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get to MC the event, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure how much talking I do. We want to hear Archie and Langston talk about it.
So tell us about football season right around the corner.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, it's getting very, very close. Our all preseason conference team came out today. We've got 9 football players on that all conference team to start the preseason, so we're excited about that. Obviously, we're losing our star quarterback, Patrick Shegog, who won the Connerly last year. That'll be a spot we have to replace, but we've got a chance to win 3 conference titles in a row for the first time in school history, and we're looking forward to putting the ball down.
Well, so when is opening day?
We are going to play August 28th, Thursday night, up in the Smoky Mountains, just north of Asheville, North Carolina, at Mars Hill. So it'll be a long road trip. We'll get on that bus a couple days early and head up there, but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. What is Coach Cooley's assessment of his squad this year?
He's excited. Coach Cooley, he keeps things a little close to the vest sometimes, but he's excited. Everybody's excited. He knows we've got a chance to be pretty good. Obviously, some guys have got to step up, but they've recruited well. They've got a core group of returners, and again, everybody's just ready to play. They're going to report here in the next couple of weeks, get fall camp underway, as everything in the summer is voluntary. They've had a good core group come back for those voluntary workouts and practices, but the coaches can't be around them much during all that. So they're ready to get back and get to coach them up a little bit here in fall camp.
Yeah. What about preseason rankings in the division? What does it look like?
Well, the top 25 has not been released yet. The Delta State was picked 3rd in the conference poll to start behind Valdosta State and West Florida. And the funny thing is that the way the polls work, Delta State did receive more first place votes than West Florida, who finished 2nd, but West Florida got more points. So they're in the 2 spot, but Delta State did receive a couple of first place votes. So, it's going to be a top heavy league, but the Gulf South Conference from top to bottom is a gauntlet every year. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, no doubt. What about nationally? You think Delta State has a chance to go all the way? They've done it before.
Absolutely. Did it back in 2000. Had a good chance last year. Unfortunately, came up just a little bit short. But if we can get that quarterback spot nailed down, I think they've got just as good a chance as any to win some football games and make a deep run. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be fun. What about attendance? You expecting to have strong attendance this year with the team being
absolutely
set to have a good year? Yeah.
Absolutely. We've kind of built on it the last couple of years. We've won 20 games combined the last 2 years, and crowds have only grown. So we're hoping, and obviously, everybody around Cleveland and Delta State knows whatever's going on in Oxford on Saturday and in Starkville on Saturday can have an effect on the crowd in Cleveland. But, hopefully we don't have too many head-to-head matchups that pull a crowd away from us. But we've had a pretty good attendance the last couple of years. We're expecting the same thing this year.
What was the spring practice like this year, Michael?
Well, obviously they've got some transfers in with the portal, had to navigate some players leaving with the portal. I think it's more of a kind of a plug and play and see what, how they're going to piece together this roster in the spring. Coach Cooley visited with Richard and the guys on Sports Talk earlier this week and said, they had a guy they felt like coming out of spring if the season started, they would put him at quarterback, and that was Cole Kirk. But we got Jake Lang, a transfer from Southern Miss, and a couple other guys on the roster as well, including a true freshman, who are all going to be battling for that spot. So it's just more, typical spring, see what you've got, see what you need to replace, and try to fix those positions going into fall camp, which is really when it'll get heavy.
When do they report, or are they on campus now?
Not yet. I believe it's next week. First thing next week.
Okay.
So everybody will show up, and they'll go full-fledged until August the 28th when we kick it off.
What's Coach Cooley's style? What's his approach in the week or so, or the month or so leading up to the first game? Is it pretty rigorous kind of practice environment, or is he more focused on technique and stuff like that?
Technique is a big part of it. They don't full-fledged tackle until the first game. I know there's not a lot of people that do it that way, but they, unless that's changed this year, the first couple of years I've been here, we don't full-fledged tackle. We don't go full speed and hit leading up to the season. So that's part of, they teach technique to hammer that down, so that when they do have to tackle on opening night, they're ready for it. So pretty walk through, make sure we've got all the fundamentals technique down, and hopefully they're ready to go.
Schemes, assignments, I guess, are part of that approach as well, right? Yeah.
That's right. And, we're going to balance, run the ball, throw the ball a good bit, just like Coach Cooley likes to do. Keep everybody off balance, do both really well.
Yeah, he's got a great scheme for that. I think the question mark is, will he have a quarterback that can fill that role as effectively as Shigai did last year? No doubt, super athlete. But I have full confidence, I should say, that Coach Cooley will get his players to play up probably beyond their capabilities on paper. He's really good at that, getting players to play above their level.
That's absolutely right. He does really well with the guys we get. He gets them to buy in. The last couple of years we've been on the road a lot. He's termed the team as Road Warriors. We're hoping to do that again, as we have to go to the Carolinas 4 times this year. That'll be tough.
Wow.
And as Coach Cooley said last week, we bus everywhere. We don't fly anywhere. So we get on the bus, we get to spend a lot of time with each other, get to know each other very well. But Coach Cooley thinks that helps. You get to know your teammates and your coaches, and get to build relationships deeper than maybe some of these Division I schools that get to fly places would, because instead of a 3-hour flight, you're on the bus for 12, 13, 14 hours, and staying in hotels along the way and eating along the way. So it's good. It's different. It's Division II life, but that's what we do. And again, Coach Cooley embraced it. That's the thing about Coach Cooley. He's going to embrace everything. Nothing, we're not going to get down on ourselves. Doesn't matter the situation, whatever is thrown at us, Coach Cooley wants to grab it by the horns and roll with it.
There's something to be said for that. All this off-the-field bonding, if you will, can translate into better play on the field.
Absolutely. We think being on the road the last couple of years a good bit, especially 2 years ago, we played the majority of our games on the road. It built our team. It created a chemistry with our team, and we believe it helped us in the long run.
Yeah. No doubt about it. I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised to learn that no full speed, no contact, no tackling until the first game. I mean, just thinking back to my playing days, I can't imagine, wow, what was that just hit me, after working out with a team on the field for a few weeks, and then boom, all of a sudden you're in real action.
Well, we want to keeping players safe is a big highlight. And
Sure.
Obviously you teach technique so that when we do start hitting in the games that you're able to protect yourself. But it's a risk reward thing, I think, for Coach Cooley, and, teach the guys the right way to do it, and don't get anybody hurt before the first game, because depth is always an issue. Doesn't matter if you're in the NFL or playing high school football. Depth is always a big deal, and you want to keep your guys healthy.
Well, you're right. I mean, I can think back through the years as an Ole Miss fan. It seems like in August practice there would always be some key player that you had high expectations for in the season that would have some season-ending injury during practice before they ever suited up for the first down in actual play.
It happens, and that's part of it. That's part of navigating a season, and we don't expect to make it through camp or the season to the playoffs without some sort of hiccup or injury. Obviously, you hope and pray that that doesn't happen just for the
Sure.
kids' sake. You don't want to
Yeah.
get a kid hurt, but it's going to happen. And our athletic training staff does a good job, and they just try to keep everybody healthy
No
for as
doubt.
long as we can.
Well, Coach Cooley knows what he's doing. That's for sure. He's a good one. Delta State is blessed to have him. So I look forward to tracking the success in the upcoming 2024 season. Good luck to you and the Statesman. Thanks for coming on, Michael.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Folks, we're coming right back in the Element Wealth Studios.